make sure it's recording. Are you sure about that, Craig? Are you sure you're recording?
Yeah, Craig.
Craig, you're not lighting up. Craig?
I wonder
Bueller?
if they changed it.
Bueller? Yeah, and if you hear that, right?
That like tapping sound?
Yeah, I got a new neighbor next door, and he's been, I'm assuming, hanging up all the pictures in the world.
That's all right.
Either that, or he's trying to find a weak spot to break in, like the Kool-Aid Man.
It just says recording now. Did it say recording before? Because I thought before it just said Craig, and it would light up.
No, he would say we're recording, but
I don't know.
Let's see if Craig has a changelog. Hello, Craig.
Let's see, can I just download an MP3 of this? Of the in progress. I'll just save that there.
Oh, and phone is not muted because it doesn't automatically mute tonight.
Well, Craig's file seems to be working right now, so maybe they changed him. I mean, last week it was messed up.
Yeah.
But this week, like I just downloaded, because you can download, in progress, and it's working so far. I don't know. Craig, I'm counting on you to be working, dude. But yeah, so I had my experience yesterday and experience today. For potential post-credit or like Franken content, I can edit my story as needed if I go back and I'm like, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't say that to the general world. So my question is, how much detail do you want about what happened?
As much as you're legally allowed to say, then we could edit.
Okay. So yesterday, I messaged you, I guess, I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that.
Something like that. It was like early afternoon, and it's like, usually you don't message me that early if you message me.
I was like high as a kite from an adrenaline surge. I had a client coming in for a regular therapy session. I've met with him 2 or 3 times previous. So I'm somewhat familiar with this client. Their diagnosis is schizoaffective disorder, which is like schizophrenia, but more sort of episodic. So schizophrenia is all the time. Schizoaffective is you can have episodes of essentially schizophrenic behavior, and they can vary in intensity.
Also, it's basically always on versus random dimmer switch.
Yeah. But, so anyways, he comes in to the office and comes in for his regular session. And, I greet him. I start to bring him back, and he just stops in front of the front desk office. And he stares inside for a minute, and I'm like trying to talk to him, like ask him if he's okay. And he's being completely non-responsive. So after maybe 10, 15 seconds of like just standing there, he barges into the office, picks up a pair of scissors, and like walks over next to the office manager and raises them up like he's about to stab her. And she they're like, why is this random person coming here? Oh my fucking God. And she like shriek, she doesn't scream, but it's like a she makes like that surprise noise that people will make.
Yeah, typically when they're surprised.
Yeah. You're right. So like his arm is raised like he's about to do something, and I just react like instinctually. Like I grab his wrist and twist and squeeze as hard as I can and like spin him around. And I'm
right around like a hurricane, right round,
baby. So I spin him around, and I'm like, we need to leave. You can't be in here. Please, I need you to put the scissors down. We can't be doing this. Why don't we go over to the conference room? There's some nice chairs. We can sit down and talk. And he like looks at me for a second, and he's just got completely dead eyes. And I'm thinking, oh my fucking God, I'm about to have to fight a guy in the office to protect everyone up here. Because, I mean, he's like a 20-something-year-old dude. Like, I mean, he's 6.5 feet tall, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not sure I stand a chance against him, but I've got a better shot than the 2 40 to 50-something-year-old ladies working the front desk. And he just, like, stares at me for what feels like an eternity. It was probably 5 seconds tops before he drops the scissors and sprints out of the office down the hallway. And so I look at both of the...
Well, it sounds like the problem solved itself then. Just close the door, lock it.
Not quite. So I look at him and or not him, I look at them and I say, call security. I don't know where he's going. And then I just take off after him. And so we run down the hall, and our office, or my building, is shaped like a giant L. So we run down the hall, round the corner, and start heading towards the opposite end of the building, which is like a business, like the business half of the building. And there's a security door that separates the two buildings. And I'm thinking, okay, he's going to get stuck in the hallway right there at the security door. Well, the security door is propped open, so it's not being very secure. So he gets through there all the way down to the opposite end of the building. And there's a service elevator. This building used to be a factory. And so there's a service elevator all the way at the other end of the building, and he's trapped down there. And there's a whole bunch of people that are like, what the heck? Like, poking their heads out. Like, why are there 2 people running down the hall? And one of the...
And why is that one completely out of breath? He's only ran 5 feet.
Actually, I mean, you know, I joke about being out of shape all the time, but I work out and walk and run and stuff. Like, I mean, I couldn't do a marathon, but a sprint down the hallway, I was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was more like having a hard time breathing from, I think, like trying to fight off panic setting in.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the other males in the office followed me. And so we get down there, and he's like digging around through boxes, and he comes up with something that I'm not 100% sure what it was. It's like a giant paperclip or something like that. And he starts...
Now I'm just imagining a giant sword-sized paperclip. Sorry.
Not quite that big, but he starts, like, he unfolds it and starts, like, jabbing himself in the arm and, like, scratching himself up really bad. And, like, we're, like, trying to keep everybody, like, from coming out to rubberneck, like, keeping them in their offices, like, you know, stay in your office, close the door, like, trying to talk to this guy and calm him down. And then he grabs something and, like, starts trying to stab himself in the throat with it. Like, it looked like a pen or a pencil, but it definitely, like, wasn't pointy. So either it was a pen, he didn't take the cap off, or a pencil that wasn't sharp. He's, like, jabbing himself in the throat with it. And then security shows up. And so we back off and let security go to handle it. And this guy gets the fire extinguisher. And he's, like, threatening the security guard with a fire extinguisher. And then he winds up spraying the guard with the fire extinguisher, throws it at him, runs down the hall, back the other direction towards where the front office is. So we follow him, and I tell the case manager that followed me, the other guy, I told him, I was like, you know, close the security door behind us, make sure everybody's safe. And then I go follow the security guard. And he runs to the other elevator. There's like an emergency elevator that goes down to the crisis unit. And there's nothing in that hallway. Like, he could have not picked a safer place to go than that hallway. Like, I mean, there's literally nothing in there except this little nook with the elevator. So he gets trapped in that hallway, and I'm, you know, standing behind the security guard, letting him just sort of be in charge of the situation. But, like, I'm there because he's got no other backup. And the police are on their way, but they're not there yet. And he's the only guard on duty yesterday. So, I mean, he's got no backup. And we're what's called a, what's the specific term for it? A no restraint facility. So we don't have tasers. We don't have handcuffs. We don't have, like, anything. So, you know, we're trying to talk this guy down. He gets into a fight with the security guard. Like, a couple of punches are thrown. But then he calms down and he sits down. And he asks if I can come in there and talk to him. So me and the security guard go in there, and I sit down on the floor, like, across from this guy, just a little ways down the hallway, so that I'm far enough away that if he, like, makes a move, I can react. But, you know, we sit there and we talk to him. He's banging his, like, he alternates between talking to us and then, like, banging his head on the wall and trying to choke himself out.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the police show up. They try and, you know, we talk to him. We try and get him to go peacefully, but he tries to fight the cops. So the cops wind up cuffing him and hauling him out. And like this whole episode took place over the course of like 40 minutes. It was insane. Like I had no idea how long it was. Like it's one of those things that's like you get in a situation, your adrenaline is like pumping. So I'm like, I don't know if this has been 2 minutes or 20. And when it was all said and done, it was nearly 40 minutes that this whole thing had went on for.
Sheesh.
So it was intense.
Yeah,
So
I have to make a confession of while you've been describing the chase. I've had yakety sax playing in the background for me.
That's fine. That would have made it a lot better. But there were a lot of people freaked out. You know, a lot of people were upset, understandably. Like, you know, it's hard to describe like just how like scary that situation was. Like the initial part where he like, you know, I feel like he's going to attack someone is pretty scary. But watching someone who's completely non-responsive, I mean, basically crazy, like hurting themselves.
Catonic?
Yeah, catatonic. You know, hurting themselves and, you know, like threatening to hurt other people.
I mean, this was the first for you, right? It's something to this degree.
Yeah, I've had some experiences with people who are suicidal or who are having an episode or even get aggressive, but this is the first time I've experienced anything to this degree. So I was pretty shook up yesterday. Mm-hmm. You know, once I waited to talk to Katie until I had calmed down enough. Like I messaged you like right after I got.
Oh yeah, I got the hysteric, Jared.
But then
I'm not sure how I should feel about this. You know, I'm the first one you contact, or it's I'm the one that you go to for the laugh.
A little bit of both to help me calm down. But then I called Katie and I talked to her a little bit, and then I had a meeting. I had to do the incident report. I had to go to a meeting, like a security briefing meeting or whatever. Do a couple other things, and then I came home and I just crashed last night. And then today, in relation to that, like we had another meeting that's preceding another meeting that we're supposed to have, and I'm supposed to talk to like several like company officials. Everyone keeps telling me that I did a really good job, and it's not that I don't believe them, but it's just like, honestly, I can't remember a lot of what I did. Just so much like adrenaline and everything. Like I can remember.
It just went into your training, right?
Yeah. I mean, basically, it's like, this is what, you know, we were taught at like CPI training and what I went through in school and what I've dealt with in other situations. Like, I don't remember a lot of what happened. I just like sort of dropped into autopilot, and it's like, this is how you're supposed to handle these situations. So, but everyone's like, yeah, you did a good job. Like, you're the talk of, you know, all the company officials and everything and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's great, I guess.
So a promotion?
I don't know. Probably
hazard pay?
Hazard pay would be nice. A pay raise. But so, yeah, that was my exciting adventure and why we didn't record last night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after, you know, being high on adrenaline is like crazy. And then afterwards, it's just a huge crash. I came home last night, I ate Taco Bell, and I went to bed. And I slept like 9 hours or something like that, which is a ton for me. Usually I only sleep about 5. So I slept nearly twice what I usually do. But then today, my other experience on the complete opposite end of the scale of that, I'm pretty sure, like almost as far opposite from that as you can get. I was having a session with a client. We were talking about some various things, and she's discussing like what relationships are like with her and her significant other. And she's like, yeah, you know, I'm like this, and that. She's like, I poop with the door open. And like, I'm pooping and I'm yelling like, I'm pooping. Come look at my poop face. I've got the best poop face. And I know you would think after all this time, I would not ask the question of like, what? How does that work? What do you mean your poop face? You would think that I would just go, interesting, and you know, go on and like just move the conversation along. But my curiosity gets
no, Jared, I know you well enough that you'd fall into that trap of show me your poop face.
I was like, hang on a second. I know I shouldn't ask this question, but what do you mean your poop face? What is your poop face? She was like, oh, I have to show you. So she gets out her phone and she shows me these pictures she's taken of her poop face. And
so she's taking selfies of her poop face now.
Yeah. Not only that, there's selfies of her like making the poop face where you can see the shit in the toilet. She's like, that's my poop and my poop face. And I'm like, oh, I I should know better.
That's a level of comfort in a relationship.
I was like, you know what? This one's totally on me. This one's my fault. And she laughs and she's like, you did ask. And I was like, I know I did. I fucking knew better, but I asked anyways. So I saw someone's poop face today and their poop, pictures of their poop.
Mm-hmm.
She had these on her phone ready to go. I'm like, how many people do you show your poop face? And she was like, probably more than I should. Yeah, probably. We should talk about boundaries.
Yeah, maybe you should take down the blog of your poop face.
So those were my two experiences yesterday and today.
Yeah, she somehow got the URL poop.face.
I shouldn't do this. Poop.face.
I don't know if that's a proper domain, but...
It's not.
But there are some odd domains out there, so... But she's saying that... Jared? She's ready to... she's ready to squat on it.
So poopface.com is a domain that is available for purchase.
Oh,
I'm going to send this to her.
I think I know her blog.
Oh God, it's $7,750.
Oh, see,
I guess someone is squatting.
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay. The more you know.
Now, maybe we should go for like poopface.us. Poopface.us.
Poopface.us. This site cannot be reached. Poopface.us's server's IP address could not be found. Oh, did you mean poopface.org? Nope. It can't be found. Search Google for poopface.org.
This is going down a rather shitty rabbit hole.
If I died right now, the three like browser tabs I have open would be like, what the fuck? Actually, I talked about this at dinner tonight, so Katie would understand. She would just probably figure that I was talking to you about it and went on a rabbit hole. She wouldn't. She wouldn't be proud, but she would understand.
Which I think is pretty much a description of your entire relationship.
She's not proud, but I think she understands. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, yep, those were my adventures.
Yeah, one rather shitty and one shitty episode.
Touche. So, on the show stuff, I put the 2 Fallout 76 news articles up. And then I just put Fallout 76 shenanigans.
There was one more I saw that I think we're gonna have to add to it. Okay. I need to find a site that I would feel good about linking to, because it seems like there's now Fallout 76 class warfare.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And honestly, hey, they actually have some gameplay now. How about that, right?
They created an immersive, emergent gameplay experience.
Yeah, it turns out Todd Howard lies when he says people just be nice to one another in the wasteland. All right?
Yeah, because of course they won't.
Because it's online, right?
People online are always nice to one another.
Yep, totally. And it's kind of funny, just as you mentioned that, the wallpaper on the secondary screen changed to Total Biscuit. One of my Total Biscuit Warframe, his Warframe one, or not Warframe, but Warhammer.
Nice.
With him in his golden armor. Damn, I miss Total Biscuit these days.
Me too. I miss him every day.
Mm-hmm. But more so, lately. I'm still waiting for him to just, break through the ether and, appear at BlizzCon. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I have returned.
And he's pissed. Oh, hang on. Do you have the link for Fallout First on there as well?
Let's see. I had the two that you had on there already. So
okay. Yeah.
So
Okay,
Fallout 76.
There's another one.
Okay.
I guess we'll link to the PC Gamer one, even though I don't like linking to PC Gamer because they kind of suck. But where is it on here? Because I know someone linked it in Discord as well, or I linked it in Discord. Do we have the one from Forbes that was linked in Discord as well?
There is one on here from Forbes. I don't know if it was the one that was linked in Discord.
Here it is. I want you to read this, okay? Well, I copy it over.
Fallout, fuck you first.
Turns out they did not get the domain name.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I think Jim Sterling mentioned it somewhere.
Oh, I tweeted it out as well. But one of those times that 4chan actually proves to be, useful, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and the one, the Forbes one is the
foreskin.
One. Huh?
All of which you can find on my foreskin.
Yeah, but I have a feeling, Prey is going to be your game club because I didn't get to play much of it. And I mostly just read about it, which doesn't have the nuance.
The sextant. Oh.
All right, let's go ahead and shut down Steam. Okay.
I like this. This person is a genius. Or persons.
Well, you didn't see me tweet this out and say, sorry, Jared, I have a new second favorite person in the world.
I probably saw that tweet. I probably liked it, and I'm just drawing
actually
on it right now. Oh, it didn't? Well, then maybe I didn't see it. Man, I kind of want the show title for this week to be Fallout Fuck You First. I don't think we've ever put a swear word in the title just for...
I think we've censored it before.
Okay.
I mean, we could. Don't know why not. I mean, but it is a game club episode, so, it's typically,
We do the title for the game, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be all right.
Or at least in theory, a game club episode, because like I said, I only spent only a bit of time with it because, I think it's just I didn't have a stable frame rate and it triggered motion sickness in me.
Yeah, and I mean, that's okay. I mean, that's an extremely valid reason to not play a game. It's not like you were avoiding the game club or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think you'll have that problem with Celestial Command.
I hope not.
We should find some time to do some multiplayer in it and see how stable that is and how well it works.
All right. Are you saying game night for it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, how many people actually have it in the community?
I don't know. Let me look real quick.
Yeah, good question, huh? Because it looks like they've vastly changed it since the last time I played it. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet.
So I have barely dabbled in it, but it's basically got two modes now. It's got the original, where everything is using actual orbital mechanics and things like that, and then it's got what it calls an aerodynamics mode, which is more arcadey, and so it's kind of like you're in water as opposed to in space.
Yeah, which one are you playing?
I have done a little bit of both.
Which one do you like better? So I can try to do the other one possibly.
I think the aerodynamics mode is better to learn in. They have definitely done a lot to improve the performance and how well the ship handles. But there are huge differences and new things to learn. Like there's an entire research system and warp gates and like a sort of solar system, or not solar system, like a sector of space or like multiple stars you can go to. So I'm playing mostly in aerodynamic mode right now to learn, and then I'm going to go back and hit the original mode.
I was planning on playing original mode.
Okay.
But we could both have the same mode. It's just, have to make sure to get a little bit of time in the other one.
Let's see. Friends who have this. Kyle, you, and that's it from the regulars.
Oh, God. Kyle.
Kyle, you, and me.
Maybe game night is a bad idea for this then.
At the very least, you and I should play it together one night.
Yeah, and actually I have 2 games I could talk about because I forgot I played a bit of that, but I could save that for another week and get a little bit more time in it as well.
Hello, Craig.
Hello, our robotic overlord.
So even though his light didn't light up last week, it was fine. The Craig recording was fine. So I guess that one week something did go wrong. Although it helps to have a little light to indicate if there's potentially going to be a problem.
Or something went horribly right and Craig's gained sentience for a week and it's like, fuck this. Nope.
Yeah, fuck these guys. No, thank you. Which would make me sad, but I would understand, Craig.
Yeah, same here. I mean, can understand. It's like, oh, what are they doing? Why?
Blink if you're sentient, Craig. I don't see you blinking. Well, his little thing can light up and blink.
Why are you looking at a robot's penis?
Why aren't you? That's my question.
Because I'm not interested in that. Besides, it's all yours.
Blink.
No, you're looking for the blink.
Blink. Oh.
Yeah, you are a sicker man than usual.
My drug-addled brain.
Okay, so what's your excuse all the other times then?
My addled brain. Actually, no, that would work. I take drugs every day. I do drugs every day. I can rattle them all off. If you're interested. If you're not.
Yeah, but the thing is, whenever you get up, do you rattle?
Every day. I shake, rattle, and roll. But unfortunately, it's not in a fun, entertaining way. It's just sad and also disgusting.
So in other words, your usual life.
Pretty much. Did you buy anything on the sale?
We were here too.
Right. I mean, other than that.
No.
I got...
I pretty much only really buy games in the summer and the winter.
Yeah. I got human-powered spacecraft because I had a little extra and I was looking for a couple of cheap games to round out my spending. So I got human-powered spacecraft. We Were Here Too. Shark Dating Simulator XL. What? Something called All You Can Eat, which is supposed to be a comic interactive storytelling thing. And then the other shark, Depth. There it is, Depth. So that's what I bought. Because Shark Dating Simulator was $1 or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't not buy this at this point. But I haven't played it yet.
I would imagine so, because if you were, you would not be, you wouldn't be able to not talk about it.
No, that is correct. I would definitely be
getting you to shut up about it. That would be the trick.
Maybe by next week, because since I didn't feel good this weekend, I didn't hardly play anything this weekend. Everything that I'm going to talk about, except for a little bit of Outer Worlds, I played the last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly focused on just Outer Worlds to get a little bit further into it to really get my feeling for it. And I think I figured out my big beef with it, why it feels a little bit okay, but not amazing.
Okay.
But we'll save that for the show.
I was going to say, yeah, let's save that for the show.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
That's been in quite a few of the Franken episodes.
Yeah, I'm poking around on the Steam deep dive thing. Have you toyed around with that yet?
Not really. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't messed with it much.
Well, games like Kerbal Space Program, which is a pretty unique game. So yeah, this is throwing it to the deep end, huh?
Yeah.
And it has 3 different settings. It has gyms, which I'm assuming is like lesser known games. Similar tags, which for Steam that's going to be difficult at times. And popular. So if I set to all popular, it's Empyrean, which I really disliked, and I don't get that one. PC game building simulator, The Forest, Automation, which is a car company tycoon game. Surviving Mars, okay. No Man's Sky, meh. Take on Mars, which is one of the survival games, which actually is a little bit more realistic. Car Mechanic Simulator and Universe Sandbox. If I set it to all gyms, that's when it starts to get interesting. Simple Rockets 2, which definitely yes. Gadgeteer, which is like a Rube Goldberg game that I've never heard of. So I'm going to go check that one out. Evian Mercenary, which is like a X series game mixed with.
I think I have that game.
I don't see that one. Oh yeah, you own that.
Yeah.
Captain Forever trilogy, which you want, which that's not exactly new. Mutilate a Doll, Mutilate a Doll 2, which I'll take that considering how a good chunk of the meme culture around the Kerbal Space Program is killing Jeb in new and interesting ways. Kittened, which is a cat simulator. Asterix, which is a 4X strategy mixed with, it looks like a bit of X series. Diesel Railcar Simulator, which I'm surprised that's on your want list because it's a train simulator.
I haven't seen it or heard of it.
Well, you're about to. It's an early access game. I'll drop it to you on Discord. There you go. That's a new one for you, huh?
Indeed. Yep. Add to wish list. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, it costs you more money, right?
Eh.
It actually looks like it's pretty good for early access, huh?
It looks like... Shit. There was that one that I found 6 months ago or so. It was like a VR Derail Valley. Here it is.
Oh, damn. This requires the Rube Goldberg machine requires a VR headset for some reason. Well, damn. Maybe I should send that one to Jim.
It's part of the Rube Goldberg experience. You have to have a VR headset.
Mm-hmm. I actually have this strange fascination with Rube Goldberg machines. Never enough to build one, but anyway, and Wrench is the last one, which is another car mechanic simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Only it looks like it's a lot more detailed than car mechanic simulator. Oh, it's VR focused as well. So hey, you could really get up into the car and have the car fall off the track and crush your head, right? Because if you die in the car mechanic simulator, you die in real life.
If you die in the game, you die in the real world. Oh,
whoa.
No.
So I don't know. I guess the fact that it's a simulator. Maybe this is set in the Kerbal universe, Before they all went underground, they all just drove diesel rail cars around.
That makes some sense in the way that a Kerbal game would or would not,
and they just ruined the environment. So it killed all the wildlife, all the everything but a few trees, and in the raging storms that they survived by hiding in the caves underground, they wiped out all evidence of their former above ground world. New canon, right?
Yep, new head canon. Well, a long time ago for Kerbal I started writing like an alternate history of the Kerbals, and they had wiped themselves out in a nuclear war. And
you had a Fallout-esque bunker system going.
Yeah, and that was where the Kerbals came from.
I don't like being in your head. It's scary in here. Can I leave?
I guess if you really wanted to, but yeah, that's where they came from. I wrote, I don't know, a couple of short story, like journal entry type things.
Yeah, but then Kerbal up and died on us.
Yeah, and then I just
very abruptly. I mean, I think that's what really upset me. Wasn't the fact that it stopped? It was just, just went silent and got nothing for, what was it, a couple months before they finally posted something.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of prodding.
Well, how about I give you just a little bit of prodding, and let's start our show.
If we must.
See what I did there?
Well, you better be careful where you're prodding. Anita gets possessive, like I said.
I'm just going to use my fingers, not penis. That's for later. Wink.
You just want Anita to rip it off, don't you?
Wink.
Well, if you're into the rough stuff.
I'm already sterile, so that's the next step, I guess. Like, to the double insurance. Like, thou shalt not have more children.
Just replace it with a rubber chicken with a pump, right?
How do you know what my penis looked like?
Oh, like a rubber chicken? Well, at least it's better than Trump's.
Where are you going with that?
I don't know. Let's bail.
You're pulling jacked on that one. Pulling the ripcord.
Nope. Yeah, so who knew? Drinking nearly a gallon of MacLeod, makes you go to the bathroom a lot.
Indeed. Drinking a gallon of anything will make you do that.
Well, this is basically a homemade version of Gatorade. With a little bit of Kool-Aid and a little bit of salt. So it has some electrolytes. It has what plants need.
Electrolytes.
Plus side, really clean out the kidneys tonight. All right?
Yes. Giving them putting them through their paces, giving them a good workout.
Yeah.
That's what this primarily is a test of your kidneys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and definitely not a test of the bladder because I feel miserably there. Or, I didn't piss myself, so I won.
C minus?
Now let's go B. That's because it rhymes with P.
Hi-oh. Well, so does D.
Yeah, true, but that would suggest that I nearly pissed myself and I didn't.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. There would be no judgment here.
Yeah, because you've done it more than once on me.
Pissed my pants?
Well, I was going to say I had to, suddenly have to go to the bathroom, but hey, I'm not going to judge out loud.
Good. I appreciate it.
So any more outro babble that we have? I mean, it's kind of crazy just the shit that we've had gone down lately, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I have any more. We talked a decent chunk before we started the show.
Yeah. Well, I also saw the news story earlier today about someone stabbing someone else over a Popeye's chicken sandwich. So there's that, right?
Yeah. That just makes me sad.
They got in an argument and, stabbed a fool.
I mean, Popeye's chicken's pretty decent, but it's not worth stabbing somebody over.
Yeah, but you haven't had it in sandwich form.
I guess not.
At least it's not Chick-fil-A. And does it have the social stigma?
I'm not a super big fan of Chick-fil-A. I mean, they're not terrible. It's like, if someone was like, hey, do you want to eat Chick-fil-A? I'd be like, yeah, I guess. but
I've honestly never had it, and I don't want to because of the causes they support.
yeah, that's fair enough. Their chicken is just a little bit sweet. I'm not gonna say that they put sugar or anything like that in the chicken or the bread batter, but something
It's
about the way
milk.
they make them is sweet.
I've read a few copycats. They put powdered milk in it,
Gotcha.
so you're probably tasting the lactose. And probably explain some of the other problems you have with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, some of the mini problems that I have.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to say bye because I'm sleepy.
Bye.
Very, very sleepy. And so I don't forget.
And I hit the mouse. Whoops.
I was like, I don't know if that was a bit or if he crashed or if he was just going to sleep.
No, I was going to go turn off my recording and I bumped the mouse and it just happened to be right over the disconnect from Discord.
Gotcha. Good night,
Hopefully
Craig.
Hopefully that didn't fuck up Craig.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've ever left a stream or recording and then came back.